The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Swings this out for Hunt. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Here's Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, 26 yards. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And not much room to speak of. They'll get about 3 up to the 41. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield, and yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Tershawn. The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Completes it to Austin. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's Fields. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris. Touchdown! Najee Harris from 3 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Najee Harris touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now here's something you don't see too often. They're 0 for 2 converting these in the opening quarter, but they're trying a third time here on fourth down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still on his feet. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 81 yards. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but
it's caught inside the 25. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 70 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Here's Fields on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 62 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This time the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Harris. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. First carry for Najee Harris. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Fields. To the right side and intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
Monday. Here we go. Hey, 10.
Fields now to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. Here's Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes. But
and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 15 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Pacheco once again. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. He will push his way down to about the 14. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on it.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. To throw is Fields. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Fields. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mike Williams, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Mahomes going to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame. I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, time is of the essence. We breezed through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Second and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Leo Chanel. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
The Chiefs offense and Rashee Rice headed back onto the field, and he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did.
And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Room here to run. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, that is now his fifth interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Now it's Fields.
That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Jalen Warren.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. That he's